I'm gonna give it a few minutes for people to start getting in here. Yeah. Type one in the chat if you guys can hear me. Type one in the chat. All right, let's see. I give it a few more seconds. Type one in the chat if you guys can hear me. And make sure to hit the like button. All right. Yo, what up, my young kings? Hey, Red Velvet Cake. That's my boy right there. What's good? What's good? Make sure to check out his channel too. But yo, what up, my young kings? It's your boy here. I'm over here with a good friend, Kings and Dreams. So we're gonna be talking about Colombia, traveling, all the good stuff. So I'm glad you guys in. And King Dreams, you want to introduce yourself?
Absolutely, man. First of all, I just want to say thank you for having me, man. And I go by the name Kings and Dreams, as you see on your screen. And I'm a content creator. Started my channel last year of July, and my content is manosphere and also travel content about men being the best version of themselves, spiritually, physically, mentally, and financially, and also traveling overseas. Men, enjoy your life, be the best version of your life. And again, I appreciate you having me, man. And I'm excited to talk about Medellin because I'm very familiar with this city.
Medellin. All right. And you guys have any questions, put them in the chat. We're going to answer them, some of them towards the end of the live stream. But yeah, let's jump right into this. So let's start off by just talking about Medellin and traveling. What got you traveling and when did you start?
Well, so I've been traveling all my life, right? So I'm of Jamaican descent, so I've had my passport since I was like 2 years old, right? But as far as traveling as an adult, I started when I was about 18, 19, and I started going to Canada. I started going to like Montreal and then Toronto. Oh man, Toronto is a beautiful city, more ways than one. But yeah, so started doing that, and then as far as like going overseas, my first overseas trip was I don't know, I don't necessarily want to count Jamaica. I would say
Jamaica
it
counts.
was, yeah, but I'm from there, so that's a whole game, you know what I mean? So I would say it was Bermuda, and then I started going to Colombia. I started going to Colombia February of 2020, right before the whole pandemic thing had happened. And so I went to a festival there, Barranquilla, and I believe it's the second biggest festival in Latin America aside from the carnival in Brazil. Yeah, man. So
How was
now,
that?
now that Colombia is open, I don't know if you've ever been there, but if you don't have any plans for February, you definitely want to hit that up. That's February 18th to the 22nd, Carnival Festival then Barranquilla, Colombia, man. Colombians from all over the world, they go over there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was initially what when I initially started traveling, and I fell in love with the country of Colombia. Went to Cartagena, and then I went to Palenque. And so Palenque was when I went there, like it was just such a peaceful place because what a lot of people don't know, at least I didn't know, is that Palenque is the first territory of the free slaves in all of the Americas, so North, Central, and South America. So then from there, I went to Medellin, and I'm more of like a city guy. I'm from New York City, so like the infrastructure just reminded me of like very city like. So I was very attracted to that, very attracted to that. So, and I just kept coming back, and I have a place out there now. You know what I mean? So I'm there like 6 to 8 times a year, man. So I love
Hey,
it.
that was quick. Yeah, so I've actually been to Medellin. Actually, Medellin was dope. It's that was
Yeah,
a El Plebado was hilly as hell,
yeah,
but
right.
it was a good time. I'm definitely more a Brazil person, but I didn't know about the you said Barraquita, right?
Barranquilla, Barranquilla.
Bankia. I didn't know that. Maybe I have to check it out. You're going this February?
I'm not sure. So my birthday's in February, and last year last year initially I was supposed to go to Brazil, Bahia,
Mhm.
Brazil, because they have a festival there. But Brazil wasn't open at that time yet, early in the year because, they were still reeling over the pandemic and stuff like that. And so I ended up just staying local. But for 2023, I'm figuring out where I want to go. So I have three options right now. So Brazil is one of them, Kenya is another one,
Cool.
or a country that has not really been talked about much, but has a lot of potential, Guyana.
I've been hearing a lot about Guyana.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
so
definitely.
those are my three options. So I go to Colombia all the time, but as far as the festival, it's a possibility I may go, but I'm not sure. I may wait until 2024 or 2025 because that festival is always going to be there. But for anyone that has not been to Colombia or has not been to that festival, I definitely recommend that you go. You will definitely have a great time there.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I've never been to a festival, but Colombia is definitely a great time. But you need to go to Brazil. Brazil, I
Yeah.
love Brazil, bro. I'm going
Yeah.
there in May, so I already got that trip booked out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely, man. I keep hearing about Brazil, and I need to, I need to step it up and get my behind over there, man. Need to get my behind over there. And now that it's fully open, oh
Mhm.
yeah.
So the next question I have: So, what do you love so much about Colombia? Why do you recommend all guys should go?
So what I recommend about Colombia is the fact that like the people there are very very friendly. They are willing to help you out. When you're walking up and down the street, they'll say hi, and like you can like they're willing to extend their hand and anything that you need or whatever the case is. They're very polite people and they're very respectable people. And Medellin in particular is, as I mentioned, I'm a city guy, so it has that city atmosphere, right? You know what I mean? And anyone that lives in a major city or lives near a major city, you'll get that feel. And then last but not least, the ladies, man. The ladies are beautiful. Ladies
That's
are very, very beautiful, man. Shout out to Taylor Made Dreams. He said this one time on a stream, and he said, and just Latin America as a whole, like you throw a rock and you'll hit like 30 beautiful women. And seriously, seriously, I'm telling you, fellas, like you try to talk to one woman and she turns you down. Don't worry about it, because next to her is another beautiful woman. Like you can't lose over there. You
yeah, no.
can't lose over there.
And yo, guys, if you guys been to Colombia, put in the chat. I want to know who's been to Colombia. But I will say one thing, yo, they're beautiful women, and they'll give you so much chances when you go over there if you just have that American accent. Because one
Hmm.
thing about in the States is like you go talk to a girl, you're gonna get rejected if you mess up, like if you have a small little mess up. Over there, you can barely speak their language, you can barely speak Spanish, and they'll still take the chance to understand you, still take the chance to dance with you, still take the chance to vibe you. So that's one thing I definitely love about overseas for guys who just want to get their confidence up and just have some female interactions. That's definitely one of the best places to go, just overseas.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, man. Prince is definitely right about that. Like they will give you plenty of chances, and even if you don't know the language, what I do recommend is just put some effort into it. Just put some effort into it, even if you know like situational Spanish or whatever the case is. Learn a few words or whatever. But as long as that you're showing that you have effort and as far as approaching them, cold approach, if you will, they will they'll respect it. They're not really used to guys cold approaching them either, because they're usually used to being introduced by a friend of theirs or whatever the case is. But they they get a little they get a little shocked at first. It's like, oh wow, he just came up to me and just started speaking. But the thing is like you just smile, you be pleasant, and they'll have a conversation with you. Like even if they're married or they have a boyfriend, they'll politely turn you down. As opposed to in the States, if you cold approach a woman, sometimes the woman will look at you and not even respond, or or if she's with a group of friends or whatever, like she'll look at you up and down, like, really, dude, like you trying to talk to me, you know what I mean, like trying to
Mhm.
emasculate you. Like they don't do that over there. They don't do that over there in Colombia.
Yeah. And one good thing I do see about going overseas too, just the fact of you're American or whatever clothing you wear, you're always going to have people just looking at you. So you're going to be getting those choosing signals that everyone's waiting for. One thing about America, I mean, I'm always an advocate for dating in America, approaching America, but you're not going to get as much choosing signals unless you're a top guy as you would overseas. So that's one thing I would mention too.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. I agree with that. Yeah, and the thing is like the woman, like if she's interested in you, like she will just literally just stare at you. Like they like let me tell you, the women there have no problem just staring at you
Mhm.
and letting you know, like, hey, you right there, I'm attracted to you. Come talk to me. Man, I'm telling you, right? So shout out to my man Andre Love Crossing Borders. And we were at this we were at this bar. It was in Cali. It was Cali, Colombia, and this mall. It's called Chippy Chape Mall. So they have a bar in there, and so nice hangout spot, right? And so beautiful scenery. So you've seen all the beautiful scenery go by, whatever, right? So we're sitting there having a couple of drinks, just relaxing and all that, and then like this girl walked by, and like she's just like staring me down. I'm just like, all right,
Damn, the
you know,
major choosing signals.
right, 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 right. Like I said, she's like, you come talk to me. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's crazy. That's one thing I do love about overseas. Then so then what do you what do you prefer? Why do you prefer Medellin over Cali too? I heard Cali is pretty good. And I most of my friends always tell me about Cartagena. I've never been to Cartagena, but
Yeah.
that's what most people tell me.
Well, so I like Cartagena, I like Barranquilla, and I like Cali. So I haven't been to Bogota yet, and
Mhm.
I'll probably be going to Bogota in January. But as far as Medellin being my number one, is the one thing that I do like is the weather. The weather is, like, so they call Medellin the city of eternal spring. So, and the reason for that is because of the weather, because like it's usually like, in the 70s, it may get to like the 80s at one point or whatever, but you know what I mean? Like it's very comfortable weather. And then like at night, it may get like a little cool, but like the hoodie I have now, like it's comfortable, it's not a
Mhm.
thick hoodie, you know what I mean? Or like you could wear like a light, thin jacket or something like that if you're going out, but you're not going to be freezing or anything like that. Or like in Cartagena, like it has that beach weather. So anyone that lives in like like Miami area, something like that, like to me Cartagena kind of reminds me of like South Beach. You know what I mean? So like yeah, like the beach is cool, but that weather and the humidity is, man, it's little to be desired.
Nah, I
Yeah,
definitely agree with that. It's
yeah,
funny too. When I was reading up on Medellin, I went in 2019. They said nobody wears shorts there, right? And I've heard the weather was amazing,
yeah,
but everyone wears long pants. But I was wearing long pants and I still wasn't hot. It was still like the perfect temperature year round. So I definitely I definitely love that, man.
yeah.
Yeah. And,
Absolutely,
and then
absolutely.
shout
My
out
fault. Go
to
ahead.
Joe B. He said I definitely need to check out Colombia and Brazil. Man, if you have a passport, just go. Honestly, like I feel like it's cheaper to go to Colombia on an actual trip than go to anywhere else. Like if you go to Vegas, I mean tickets probably like 400 or 500, and then hotel probably gonna be like 500 600. That's the same amount you're gonna pay for Colombia for real, for probably cheaper than that. So like
Right.
if you have a passport, I recommend going. And then interesting information for both of y'all, giving appreciate brothers, man. And go check out Kings and Dreams channel, man. Check out he giving
Definitely.
out dope content every day.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. And Joel B, listen, man. Um, if you are not doing anything between the hours of 8 and noon tomorrow, go to the post office and you fill out that paperwork for your passport, man. Trust me,
No.
you are going to thank us later, man. Trust me.
Yeah. So unlike most dating coaches, though, a lot of dating coaches do say like, "Yo, passport bros are sin, passport bros are this." They be shaming mad passport bro. But like after going overseas, I understand why guys travel. It just makes sense.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And you know, the thing is that like you know the dating coaches that do say that, the dating coaches that do say that, you know what I mean? Like they're being you know they're being disingenuous because most of the brothers that travel like you know they are you know either have businesses over there and or like yeah like maybe they find a woman and get into a relationship with the woman or you know end up relocating over there, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
They you know so they become expats, you know what I
Hmm.
mean? So like we want to escape this matrix because you know when it comes to like either paying rent or mortgage or whatever, you know, I was talking about this with Austin yesterday. I don't know if you caught that part of the stream, but like they nickel and dime you, you know, like some places where you rent out, like you got to pay insurance, you got to pay for trash, you got to pay for parking. It's like you got to pay for parking. I live here. You know what I mean? But it's like they nickel and dime you, right? So it's like you have the financial aspect, you know, you have the romantic aspect, like you know, you got boss bees, you know what I mean, saying, oh, I could do all bad by myself. So it's like, you know what, all right, be bad by yourself. I'm taking flight, I'm out of here. You know what I mean? So you just have the stress of that, and then you know, as black men, you know, when we go over there, we are, you know, we're not looked at like in a different way because of the color of our skin.
Hmm.
So those are top three things that we have to deal with in the States. When we go over there, you know, we're just you know, a regular person. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? So it's like you have the woman, you know, a better financial situation, and then you're not just looked at like, oh man, like just a black guy. Like, no, you're just looked at as a guy. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And the, you know, the stress of that like definitely, you know, sends us overseas. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And yes, obviously, you know, there are some men that, you know, they turn into what we call Western Union poppies, where, you know, the woman would say, I'm more I haven't eaten, you know, tengo hambre. And you know, or oh, I'm in the hospital, or you know, my son or daughter is sick, and you know, they need food or whatever, you know, and then you start sending money there, you know, and then next thing you know, you start paying a rent and, you know, paying a cell phone bill, and the things add up, whatever. But you know what I mean? Like, yes, there are some men that do turn into that, right?
Yeah.
You know, but I would say for the vast majority, at least a lot of men that I'm in communication with, they know that like they're you know they're crimson aware and they go to handle their business.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie. Anyone who's doing that overseas, being the poppy, the sugar daddy, they're gonna be doing the same thing in the states. You can't stop that. And like even the popular singers, like there's a new girl called Gorilla. She's like one of the famous
Oh,
rappers right now. She's talking about she has hella money, and she's talking about guys still have to send her money. So like they're still doing that in the states. That's anywhere. But I do feel for guys, man. Just in America, it's you should go where you want it. You should go where you're the top guy. You should go where you're seen as high value, honestly. Because unless you're like the top 10% anywhere you go, I don't think you're gonna have extreme success. You're gonna have a certain cap. That's what I believe. Even as a dating coach, I'm saying that. But shit, my Spanish is horrible. Um, Buenas noches a todos. I'm visiting because of my brother Kings and Dream being on here tonight. I butchered the hell out of that.
oh, it's all good, man. Yeah, man. My brother Abla Camingo TV, man. You guys check out his channel if you guys want to learn Spanish. He is a Spanish teacher, man. So you know, definitely a good brother, man. Definitely a good brother, man. Shout out to North Carolina, man. Shout out to North Carolina, man. Salute, bro.
Hey, North Carolina. And then shout out to Velvet Cakes, man. He said I gotta renew my password. You got
Man,
you definitely got to. And this
man,
is
listen, Velvet Cakes, as I mentioned to Joel B, if you are not doing anything tomorrow between the hours of 8 a.m. to 12 p.m., go to the post office and take care of your business, brother. Like
yeah,
now.
not
Like
for sure.
set the alarm. Set the alarm. You know, well, after the stream, because you got I want you to keep watching us, but after the
Mhm.
stream, set the alarm and take care of your business, man.
Yo, and make sure to go check out Velvet Cakes channel. This is actually my homeboy. It's a good friend of mine. So he's
Oh,
making dope
salute, man.
content in the manosphere too. So go check out his channel.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely check out his channel. But Velvet Cakes, don't forget to set that alarm, man.
Never get your password. So,
Yep.
so then another issue I've been seeing a lot that happens in Colombia, right? Is
Hmm.
I've been seeing a lot of guys been getting drugged, guys been getting killed, guys been let me not even say that. Guys been getting offed, and
Yeah,
in
yeah,
Colombia,
yeah. Deleted.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So
yeah.
what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah. I mean, it's very, it's very disheartening, man. There was there was an Asian man that got deleted, and and earlier today, my homegirl, she lived in the States, and she lives in, she's from Cali, Colombia. And so, and she does tours out there. And so, one of the clients that she gave a tour to, he met a woman on Tinder, and she ended up, she ended up putting something in his drink, and thankfully the brother did not get deleted, but all of his stuff got took. His money, all his information, all that stuff, man. So right now he's trying to get back home. The thing is that, like, first of all, if I understand pipelining. I absolutely do understand pipelining. You want to be able to pregame before you arrive, fellas. Who are watching, the country of Colombia, do not, do not, do not use Tinder. It's
Ooh,
very, very dangerous. It can cost you your life, man. Seriously, I really mean that. And a lot of these brothers, met met these women on Tinder. Another good brother actually did an interview with him, and this is my man. Shout out to my man Tobias, the Traveler. He was actually on the stream with us.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah, so he actually got in trouble. He met this girl on Tinder, and you
I
know
heard that story. Yeah.
yeah, so he didn't know about Colombia. He didn't know about Colombia, but he met this girl on Tinder, and and the girl said, "Hey, I'm gonna bring a friend to hang out, whatever." And he's by himself, and he's like, that's cool. That's another thing, fellas. Like, that's a red flag. Like, if she asks to bring her friend,
Mhm.
that's a red flag, because the thing is that what they want to do is they want to have the opposition on you, unless you specifically say, "Hey, I want you to bring a friend," then cool. But if she offers, that's a red flag.
Mhm.
Seriously, red flag.
Even in
So
America,
anyway,
that's a red flag. Yeah.
yeah, well, yeah, absolutely. That's true. That's
But
true. You're
yeah,
right about that. You're right
now we
about
keep going. I'm listening. Yeah.
yeah. So anyway, so she asked to bring the girl, hang out or whatever, and then so he orders some beers from this app. It's called Rappy, and it's kind of like kind of like DoorDash or whatever the case is. Anyway, so cracks open the beer, and I guess he went to the bathroom or something like that. Next thing you know, he wakes up like hours later. He's completely bare. You know, he's woozy, doesn't know where he's at, comes out the hotel, comes out his hotel room, and the security guard is like, "Hey, like, basically, like, the girls, robbed you, took your stuff, took his credit cards, all that stuff, man." You know what I mean? And yeah, it's just it's real bad, man. Like, some men, thankfully they make it out alive, but some men actually get deleted, man, and it's very unfortunate. So when I say, like, don't use Tinder, like, I really really mean that. Like, and I know, like, some people will say it like, and will take it as a tongue in cheek comment. No, man,
Mhm.
I'm being
Yeah.
serious. I'm being
It's
serious.
it's
And if
crazy. I'm laughing because
yeah.
almost half of my videos about texting, Tinder, all that stuff. So I know some of my audience probably like, no,
Well, okay.
because I'm like, no.
All right. So, well, okay.
But it's for safety, safety first, man.
Yeah.
Tinder's not
Right.
even that good out there either, too. Because I was using it when I was in 2019, but that's before
Yeah.
all this stuff was happening.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, pre pandemic, you know what I mean? Like, Tinder is all good. But right now what's happening is that especially like with the currency rate, the US dollar is strong,
Mm,
Colombian peso is weaker,
mhm.
lack of jobs, people are getting desperate, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And so, they're like they're looking for for anyone to take advantage of. What I would just say is that like um find a guy like a Colombian guy, get cool with him so this way like he can show you around. And if you want to meet a woman, have him introduce you to women and stuff like that, you know what I mean, as opposed to using the app. But if if some men are not going to listen and they're going to use the app, and and maybe 9 times out of 10, you'll get lucky and nothing will happen to you. But I'm just saying that risk of that one time, just be
down there.
careful. Just
Yeah,
be
bro.
careful.
If you're drinking with them, man, cover up, drink out the bottle or something. Don't pour your own cup. Yeah,
Yeah,
but I also heard they can even blow it on you too. I've heard wild stuff like that.
yeah, they can. So, they can blow, like they can blow the stuff on you. They can have it on their they can also have it on their bodies. That's another thing. So, like if like if you guys are doing a P for P situation, and she happens to come over, like tell her to get in the shower. Like tell her to get in the shower because yeah, I'm serious. They can have that stuff on their bodies, man.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm a dating coach. I can't be talking about that.
Well, okay, my fault.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
but I'm just
I'm a,
saying.
yeah, no, no, no. It's the reality.
Hold on. So me, I don't, I don't engage with that, but I do know some men will do that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So the thing is that like I don't condone it, but like for me, on my conscience, if I don't put that warning signal out there,
yeah.
and then like a brother, happens, and it's like, oh, like dang, man, I was just talking to Kings of Dreams about Colombia, and he didn't even mention that to me.
Oh
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Just being
Like
transparent.
I'm gonna feel terrible about that because it's like, I didn't even warn the brother. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, now I feel you. I respect it. And
Yeah,
then let's address some of these comments, yo. You
yeah.
guys who just joined in, make sure to hit the like button so it gets pushed out to YouTube algorithm. And then let's see. I'm turned between Thailand and Colombia. So I haven't. I'm gonna let you go next, King. I haven't been to Thailand, and then I've been to Colombia. This is my. I love Brazil. So I'm gonna say it out loud. I hated Colombian food, bro. I hated it, bro. I thought it had no seasoning. It was mad soup. I mean, if I was in Colombia, I feel like I'd be skinny as I am skinny, but I'll be even skinnier. But I love Colombia, but the food is why I go to Brazil. What's your thoughts? Thailand or
So,
Colombia?
well, I haven't been to Thailand yet. I'm actually going to be going in April. So I'll touch on Thailand in a minute, but Colombia. So you got to go to like Cali. You got to go to Cali. Where they're more like Afro Colombians, and then the food is a lot more seasoned because in Medellin, like they have like the Euro style, like yeah, it's bland, and it's like what is this. Oh man, like yeah, man. I was messing, I was messing with this, I was messing with this Colombian, shorty for a while, and she used to get so upset with when I would talk about the food, and she's like, "Why you keep disrespecting my, the food?" I'm like,
Bro,
listen, I'm not disrespecting the country food. I'm just saying in Medellin, like it's just not good.
bro. I wish someone had told me that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I haven't been to I haven't been to Thailand, but I'm going in April.
Mhm.
So they have Rolling Loud is actually going to be out there. That's going to be out there for the first time. Yep.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I might have to go to Thailand. Let me
Yeah.
find out.
Absolutely. And then they have a festival. It's called Song Kran.
Hmm.
And so it's basically like their New Year's, and it's like a water like a water event. So like people are just like throwing water on each other. People get like water guns and shoot each other. Like it's fun. It's fun. So you have that and Rolling Loud at the same time. So if you are gonna go to Thailand, the one I would say go in April because that's gonna be a great time to go. I don't know if you are like Yes, and if you are into Asian women, then of course Thailand. If you're more into like Latinas, then I would say, or Afro Latinas, then Colombia.
Yeah, I agree. And then for Thailand too, my boy Travelversity, my boy Ja Travelversity, he's
Oh,
out
that's my
there.
dude right there.
Oh,
Yeah.
for real? Yeah, I want to school him, ask him about me. Like I know him personally.
Oh, word. Okay,
Yeah,
cool, cool, cool.
like he from Baltimore.
Yeah. Oh man, shout out to the yeah man, shout out to the DMV man.
Yeah. I he says Black Circle says it's a shame what's going on Tinder. It's crazy out there. And then
Yeah.
Juan again says, I would like to become an expat in Colombia, but I'm concerned about how dangerous it's out there. I might choose Thailand. And then before we touch on this question, you have
Mhm.
any recommendations for how guys can become expats?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. For if you want to become an expat, what I would recommend is reaching out to my guy Andre Love Crossing Borders. He has consultations because so he is from Detroit, lived in Tampa, and now he is in Cali, Colombia. He's been living there 5 or 6 years, married, wife, Colombian wife, all that stuff.
Mhm.
So definitely can help you out as far as getting your paperwork and stuff like that. Where you can actually even become a citizen if that's what you want to do. Now, now if you do want to get become an expat in Medellin, I would say reach out to myself, and you could contact me on Instagram, and I'll be able to help you out as well. So, but what I would say is that like if you are more of a city person, then I would recommend Medellin. Um, and if you kind of more like a laid back person, but you're not really a beach person, then I would recommend Cali. If you are like a beach person, then I would say Cartagena.
What are they doing for jobs for expats? Are they working remotely or are they just is it I know
Yeah,
a couple
yeah.
dudes.
Yeah, so like it's remote work. So I know some expats that they do like they do like customer service,
Mm,
they do IT stuff, and I actually, I forget, what, I'm glad that you asked me that because I have a list of 300 jobs
mm,
where you can actually apply to. So Dewan, if you want that information, just reach out to me, on Instagram, Kings and Dreams,
mm.
well, once the comment goes off, you'll be able to see my name and all that stuff. But yeah,
All right.
just hit me up on Instagram, and I'll send that list out to you.
That sounds good. The tech life, the tech life. I actually went to school for engineering.
Okay.
Yeah, tech life. Why is it this exclusively Colombia thing? I never heard of drug stories in like Brazil. So I haven't heard of too much in Brazil. Honestly, I've been to Brazil, and it's honestly like a recent thing. But I think Kings and Dreams explained this earlier. But how come you think it's just Colombia and nowhere else?
Well, I think what it has to do with the economy, the government. They just selected a new president. So, and then also, but what I mentioned is that the Colombian peso is getting lesser and lesser in value, and then the lack of jobs. So right now, and again, I'm not condoning these people actions at all, but what I'm saying is that the economy is just so bad right now. Like these people are getting desperate. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So that's what the problem is.
Mm. Yeah, I definitely agree. And then, I do know most countries I've been to hasn't been that bad, but I know in Mexico, when I was in
Mhm.
Cancun, it's not bad with like the drugs, but it's bad with like the cops be like crazy. They be trying
Right.
to they be trying to finesse you.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah, the whole country of Mexico, you definitely gotta make sure like you move around, like you know, late at night, like if it's like late
yeah,
at night or whatever, like don't just be stationary, like
yeah,
get off the street because what they'll do, they'll pull up on you, like
exactly.
yeah,
So
and
that's
and
Yeah, that's actually what happened to me. So I was in Mexico, Cancun. It
yeah,
was getting late at night, and I
yeah,
was out by myself. And so I was looking for taxis, and then no one would take me for some reason, right? I can't
mhm,
remember. I was trying to bargain prices. So the
mhm,
cops seen I was asking for prices, so they knew I had money. So they
right,
came up to me and they was like, you, I see you, your friend. He had blow. He had this. He had this. I'm like, bro, I don't even do that stuff. And
Right,
so
right,
he
right,
they
right,
was
right.
arguing, and he's like, "Yo, come to the side," and he pulled
Yeah,
out his thing right here. I'm like, "Bruh, I just gave him money just so I could get out that situation."
yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah, that happened. That happened to Flyboy Way. He actually said it on his channel. Where he was in Playa del Carmen,
yeah,
and they shook him down. I think for like 40 or 50 US dollars or whatever. But they shook him
same.
down, man. Yeah,
Yes, same thing. After that, I was like, "It's not." I know now just not to walk by myself at late. But I'm like, "Bruh, I was why?"
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Brazil or die. Rolling Loud, yeah. Rolling Loud was wild in Miami. Can't imagine abroad. Yeah, Rolling Loud was
Man, listen, let me
crazy.
tell you, Thailand. I think someone asked the question: Is it safe in Thailand? But
Oh yeah.
but yes, yes, it is safe in Thailand. It is safe in Thailand. From what I've heard, like like no one's gonna try to mess with you or anything like that. And the government there, like they don't play that. So like if you messing with like a citizen or American citizen, like you'll get in big trouble. So no one wants to get in trouble.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about Thailand too. I heard it say
Yeah.
I haven't got a chance to go
Right.
there. The
Oh
flight's
yeah.
crazy, man.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, rolling loud though. Whew,
Yeah,
yeah. I already know it's gonna be a movie out in Thailand.
yeah. Hey, salute to Culture Invasion Podcast. We're here. Salute to the chat. Welcome,
Salute,
welcome.
salute, 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 man. Appreciate you for popping through, man. Appreciate you.
All right. And then
Oh, you skipped like okay.
none of them were really questions. They were just comments. That's
Oh,
why
okay,
I was
okay, got it, got it,
yeah.
got it. Okay, okay. So he said that he's into Latinas and Asian women. My fault. Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah, I mean, Latino women, that's my weekend. That's my weekend. I'm not gonna cap Asian women. I mean, I like them thick.
Yeah. So, so man, I like the Cambodians because the Cambodians are thick. Like they got the nice curvy bodies, man.
I'm
So
not.
I
Yeah,
mean, we'll see. I mean, because I'm hearing that there's some thick Thailand to Thai women. So I'm intrigued to see what's up out there. I'm
mm.
intrigued to see.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna have to check it out because my boy Ja out there, so I'll come say what's up too.
Right.
Okay, and then this
Um,
he touched on a good question. You only need to show that you make 680 a month for a digital nomad visa. So as far as like buying a property when you was in for Medellin, how was it? Like how was that process? Do you recommend guys to do it or how do you manage or what?
So I did into so right now I'm just renting. Next year I'm going to be looking to actually purchase. But the
Mhm,
thing is that when you're renting is it's fairly easy. You need a Colombian bank account, and I can talk about that. When you contact me, I can tell you how to do it. Open up a Colombian bank account. It's definitely fairly simple.
mhm,
But yeah, you just open up a bank account and then you get the property of your choice. It's that simple. But I can walk you through the process. Just reach out to me.
mm. Yeah, for sure. So if any guys have question about like getting a bank account or getting an apartment there, make sure to reach out to Kings and Dreams. Definitely for sure. And then John Anthony says Colombia is hard. It's hard. I always heard it's easy mode. Um, I don't think Colombia was. I think Colombia was pretty easy. The only thing about El Poblado, um, I liked it better when I started leaving the El Poblado area. So I met some people there, some locals, and we went to some bar outside of it. It was definitely. I felt like it was more lit, and there was a lot more locals. So I definitely liked that aspect more. I can't remember what it was at all though.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you think when they say easy mode, they're referring to like it's really easy in Colombia?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. The thing is that like, well. This is what I will say. Anywhere outside of the United States, or the United States or London or yeah,
I
it's.
was
I
about
mean,
to say you better
yeah,
say London.
yeah, you're going to have it easier. You're gonna have it easier now. Like the women are more approachable. So, like what I was saying earlier, like if, for an example, you approach a woman and you start, talking to her, and even if she has a boyfriend or she's not interested or married, whatever the case is, she'll just say, hey, like I'm not interested or whatever. But like she's not gonna be rude about it.
Mhm.
She's gonna be pleasant. You know what I mean? And the thing is that like they're friendly people, so that getting into a conversation is not going to be a problem.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So it's easy in that way. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
as I was mentioning earlier, like if you approach a girl in the States or you try to talk to her and like she just like looks at you up and down and doesn't even say anything, or she's with her friends and she tries to be like why are you coming over here talking to me, like trying to emasculate you, like nah, like that's not gonna happen over there.
Yeah, now for sure. I definitely agree with that. And then one thing I will say though, a lot of people say it's easy overseas, but I will say I think I'm talking about Brazil specifically, right?
Okay.
Rio, I thought it was pretty easy, but when I went to Sao Paulo, so I was going out to certain nightclubs, but then a certain nightclub, you would still be competing with like some of the rich celebrity Brazilians. I would be in there with guys with like millions of followers, and like I was actually getting some rejections in there. So it's like it's not necessarily always easy depending on where you're going to. So like that's why I say guys still work on your game, still work on yourself, still become the most attractive version of yourself. Because like I was in Rio and then approaching girls is probably one of the hardest approaching girls at the gym is probably one of the hardest things for guys to do in any in like America. I was getting shooting signals in the gym, just approaching girls in the gym. And it was completely easy as hell. So it really depends. Just put yourself in a good situation.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't, I can't speak for Brazil, but I would say for Colombia, like it's easier to approach them because they're warm and friendly people, and you're not gonna like get that rejection where they try to emasculate you. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
the thing is that they have there a lot of the women there are very traditional, so they have a lot of respect for men, so they're not going to emasculate you.
Mm. All right, he said I found Sao Paulo just as easy as Rio. Certain areas. When I was going to the nightclubs, like some of the big ones, I'm not gonna
Mm.
lie, I was getting some rejection. So, but yeah, I'm 5'4" inches tall. Does height matter in these countries? So,
That's a good question, Dewan. So well, the thing is that so typically Colombians are Colombian men are typically short,
yeah.
so like I would say like the average height for a guy there is probably about 5'5" or 5'6". So yeah, you won't have a problem. And the females are pretty short, even though my last ex, she was probably like 5'5", 5'6", but like they're usually anywhere between like 5'1" and 5'3". So yeah, you'll be good over there. You know what I mean?
Mm.
You'll be good over there.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Most of the most Latino women in general, a lot of them are short, honestly.
Right,
So
that's true.
yeah, and so the height thing is honestly, height does matter in certain places, but I feel like that's more of like a Western thing where
Mm,
girls are just so entitled. Like that thing that really is a thing because like girls can go on day naps and have their filter at 6 feet. But when you go to these countries, like most of the guys are short. And the thing is, if you're from a Western place, they can already see from your outfits, they can already see from how you speak, how you look. They're gonna give you the benefit of doubt. It's like like being a like Little Wayne. Little Wayne approaches a girl, they still gonna give him benefit of doubt because he has that celebrity status. When you go to these countries, you still have like a celebrity status. So like 5'4", they're gonna give you a lot more leeway. They probably not even gonna reject you, honestly.
right. No, no, you'll be good over there, Dewan. You'll be good over there.
Oh yeah, yeah. I met girls on Tinder. Oh, Tinder's easy mode in Rio and Sao Paulo. I'll say that. I can agree with that. Tinder went crazy in Sao. It's actually
So
better in Sao Paulo.
yeah.
Tinder versus Rio. I actually say that.
So I have a question for you and Black Circle. You could chime in on this one.
Mhm.
So a lot of like I'm in like different travel groups and stuff like that, and so a lot of brothers like who go to Brazil, they say that like you have to speak Portuguese outside of Rio. Is that the case, or can you get by with speaking English?
So Brazil, the language barrier is crazy, right? So
Yeah.
the thing, I'm gonna talk on Rio. The further you get out, the less they know, and so this is a big difference, right? So Rio, a lot of people know basic terms, like because they're used to tourists, right? They know basic terms, and then when you start messing with, there's a big separation. And when you start messing with more fair skinned women, more
Hmm.
European looking women, they're way better at English. If they look like us, they look like they're black women, they're usually less better because this is an education, it's just segregation. So when you go to Sao Paulo, a lot of women are actually really good at English because they went to school. So it just depends, but you're better off just simply learning Portuguese if you can. And the one thing about Portuguese too is like most Portuguese people who speak Portuguese aren't familiar with different tonalities. So if you don't say it completely right with the same accent, they won't understand you. So if you try to learn Portuguese, try and perfect it as much as possible because they won't, like if you say Burger King, right? Unless they say like Burger King, like they won't
Yeah,
understand when you
yeah,
say
yeah,
Burger King.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's how it is in Colombia too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Like,
Yeah.
like in Medellin, like the Poblado area, right? So the Poblado area, like, a lot of people speak English there and stuff like that. But once you get outside, I'm sorry, Parque Jettis,
Mhm.
like, like once you get outside of like Parque Jettis or whatever, you're gonna want to have to brush up on your Spanish. For me, like, Portuguese seems a lot more of a challenge than
Yeah.
Spanish, because as you mentioned, like if you say the thing like, because like if you say like the thing like wrong, like they may not understand
At
what you're
all.
saying,
Yeah.
they have like that like that confused look, you know what I mean? But yeah, like right now I'm trying to master my Spanish, and then I am going to tackle Portuguese.
Mm,
I'm like, I don't know, the challenge is
yeah. And then black circles, I found that people were happy to speak English, as happy to speak English and speak to you in English as well. Yeah, but I
Okay.
actually went on a few dates with girls who barely spoke any English, and I was using a translator, and they were still in love with me. So it just all depends. And then, were you about to say something?
Yeah, I was. So I was gonna say. So I was just gonna say. So because some people were saying that like if you use like the translator app, like they'll like the woman would just walk away from you. So like and then I'm hearing what you and Black Circle are saying. So you guys, it's conflicting arguments, but basically I just got to go over there and see for myself,
Yeah,
man.
I mean, it just all depends case by
Yeah,
case.
yeah.
Often, though, I mean, I'm a dating coach too, so it's like I know how to flirt without kind of talking. I'm pretty good with women, and I think I'm pretty good looking. So it just all depends. You get what I'm saying? Circumstance and who you are.
Say that. I feel you.
Yeah. Uh, America in general is an outlier where the height is 5'9". Yeah, it's crazy.
I thought the height was actually the average height of an American was 5'8", but yeah, all right.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, still
I
kind
mean, yeah.
of, but the average woman they're looking for it just all depends.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that like what 14-15% of people in the world are 6 feet. Like I'm
Mhm,
6'2", so I'm 14% of the world. Like you know what I mean. Like the average height of a man is what in the world 5'8", 5'9".
mhm.
So like you try to look for a 6 feet, six figures, the 666 and all that. You know what I mean. So it's
Six.
like okay, so if I'm of the 14%, and I got the 666 attributes, like so there is less of me and then more of you. So who's actually the choice? And then they have it in their mind, like, no, like I have options. No, miss, we have options.
Yeah, yeah, no, I definitely agree. And then, yo, the thing is too about the height you can never change. Stop worrying about it. It's
Right.
it's it's a factor, right? But all you can do really get in that top 10%. Focus on your fitness. I'll tell you, when I started to put on a little bit of muscle and got a six pack, took a picture that I put on Tinder, my results changed. When I grew out my beard, my results changed. When I grew out my hair, my results changed. Even some of my students, when they start working on the fashion and working on their fitness, when they start posting photos, their results change. They focus on what they can change. They focus on increasing their mouthpiece. Like I have some students who are 5'4", right, and they're still killing it. So it's like it all that matters is focus on what you can focus on and becoming that guy internally.
Absolutely. No, that's very true. Once I started like losing weight and stuff like that, like you know what I mean, like the attention was like, oh, okay, like I started to see it. So it's like, you know what I mean. So now I just I just keep on the grind and I just started a 7-day fast
Yeah,
today. You know what I mean. Thanksgiving was rough. I ain't gonna hold you, but you know what I
yeah,
mean. Listen, but I'm doing a 7-day fast because I know I got to continue to work on it. You know what I mean. So continue to
exactly.
work on it.
Exactly. And I swear, when you start losing weight, man, then words start hitting different. You got a different level of confidence.
Right. Say that.
Yeah. In South Asia, the average height is 5'5" for males. I believe it. I definitely believe it.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Uh, and then I skipped a few people because they didn't have questions. But
Oh, no
Jojan
worries.
have a question. What's the average cost of apartment in Colombia?
I mean, it all depends on it all depends on where. So that's kind of a broad question, right? So, all right. So like I'll talk about Medellin and then I'll talk about Cali, right? So in Medellin, so they have they oh man, Profe, if you're still in here, let me know this the name. But they have what's called like these zones or whatever, sections of where you live in, right? So like zone 1 through 6. So the zone 1, like that's the ghetto. You definitely don't want to be there. Zone 2 is another sketchy area. Zone 3, is local. It's not too bad, but it's not, you basically with the working class people, and then zone 4 is like zone 4 is oh my gosh, I'm bugging right now. Zone 4 is Laureles. Like I don't know if you've been to La 70, Prince,
Okay,
but okay, but that's
I can't
yeah,
remember.
so that's yeah, Stratas. There we go, Stratas. Thank you, Profe. Yeah, Stratas. So it's basically like a station of the area of where you live at, and so Laureles is Zone 4, and Poblado, where I have my apartment, is Zone 5, and then Envigado is Zone 6. So for Zone 5, if you're looking for a one bedroom, you can find something that's probably going to be, depending on like what you want in it. So for me, so my apartment, like I have a two king size beds,
Ooh,
two full bathrooms, um, kitchen, living room, balcony, and also I have a jacuzzi, and that's $750 US a month,
ooh, that's
right?
good.
But if you want something that's like, simple, you can probably pay something that maybe like 200 to 300 a month. You know what I mean? So it all just depends on your style. It all depends on your style and what you want. So like if you want something that's like affordable, or in my case, like the reason why I got that apartment is because when I'm not there, I rent it out as an Airbnb. You know what I mean?
I was gonna ask
And
that.
yeah, so I rent it out as an Airbnb. So while I'm not there, the apartment is paying for itself.
Mm,
Yes, the apartments are furnished, so you don't have to worry about that.
mm. Oh wow, that's tough. How do you mind? Like, what's the RI, the percentage that you make when you do Airbnb, or you just do it to break even?
Oh no, yeah. So that's something that I will like. That's like a consultation question right there.
All
You know what I
right.
mean? But what I will say is, like I'll tell you because you're a content creator. I'll tell you offline. But
uh,
you know what I mean? But yeah, like no, I'm not doing it to break even. No, 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 no,
uh,
sir.
oh man, that's see, y'all think it's just girls, man. My man making some profit off the crib.
Right, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, so the apartments are furnished. The apartments also come with cable.
Mm,
So my apartment came with a Roku.
mm,
So you had that and cable. So you definitely, yeah. So you definitely, basically, like the only thing you have to worry about is just it's just really just the upkeep of the apartment, and getting someone to clean an apartment is very, very cheap. Like I have my maid, like I probably pay her maybe like um 30, about $30 a month, and she clean, yeah, and she cleans it and all that, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Man, that's
So
a good. Dejan, make sure to hit him in his DMs, man. Get a consultation. He gonna give you all the facts.
right. How
Yeah,
much? How much is the Wi-Fi? I mean, it's like the cable bill. Like the cable bill comes, it's with the Wi-Fi. Like you're probably paying maybe like eight to $10 a month, and also it depends on the speed that you want. So like if you want like that top quality, like if you are an expat, like if you're an expat and you're working remotely or whatever the case is, you're gonna want the high, high speed internet or whatever. So you're probably gonna pay maybe like 8 to 10, maybe $15 a month or something. It's very affordable, very affordable. You know what I mean?
understandable.
Like, yeah, like it's not like it's not like Comcast where they hit you over the head, like and they charge you like you like, man, you like 150 for just internet, like wow. Trust
Oh,
me,
boo.
man. Trust me. The reason why it's fresh in my head because I had to have a conversation with them the other day. I'm like, really? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, come on, man, come on. It's like,
And there only
y'all
be one
playing with me.
provider in the whole area.
Right, that's the thing, and that's the
Yeah,
thing. What they do is they strong arm you. Anyway, man,
yeah.
I don't want to deter, but that's but yeah,
Uh,
that's what they do.
and then, yo, guys, we about to go for 10 more minutes. Make sure to drop any more questions you guys have in the chat. Make sure to hit the like button, man, so it gets pushed down the YouTube algorithm. So, are Colombian girls open to polygamy relationships?
Yeah, I mean, well, here's the thing. Like any woman that any woman that you find, like it's case by case basis, and and you Prince as a dating coach can probably understand this. Like if the
Yeah,
if the woman is into you enough, and and you let her know like right off the gate, like listen, like I'm trying to have more than one, then and she's willing to be on your program, then yeah, you know what I mean. So it's case by case basis.
yeah,
I don't know if I've seen like that necessarily happen, but the thing is, you definitely got to let the woman know ahead of time, because the thing is, like, don't like Latinas are spicy and they are possessive. So like if let's say you've been dating her for 6 months or whatever the case is, she's already attached to you, and then you drop the polygamy thing, like she's gonna feel some type of way, you know what I mean? Because like she's used to you, and now it's like, oh, another woman's there. Like, no, you gotta. So let her know off rip. Like, listen, this is what I'm trying to do. And if she's with it, she's with it. If she's not, then you move on.
mhm. Yeah, definitely. So definitely agree with that. However you start the relationship is how it's gonna end. So if you're telling her from the rip that you want monogamy, you want just her, you're selling her dreams, all that stuff, then you try to switch up 6 months later talking about, yeah, I want to date other girl. Good luck with that. But also,
Right, right, right.
exactly. But the thing is too, she has to see you as like the top catch, right? Yeah, yeah. If you go over there, you're top catch, right? You're higher value, right? But there's
Mhm.
other Americans over there too. So make sure to be work on yourself, get on your purpose. When she sees you as a catch and she's not willing to lose you, she gonna do anything you say. And you have to be masculine yourself. You can't be over here. How do you think of what do you think about polygamy? Anything for you, babe, anything for you. And she's gonna be with it. You have to take charge. You have to take the lead, and she has to respect you to a certain extent. So this is a deeper topic than just than just going to another country.
Right. Yeah. No. Absolutely. And
Yeah.
just to kind of piggyback off that, when you say, you got to be masculine and all that, because the thing is, don't forget, like in these
Oh, I'm
countries.
tripping. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, no, I said I'm tripping. Right. I'm tripping. I'm tripping. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you already know where I was going to go with it.
Yeah. No, I'm listening. I just said
Oh,
that.
okay, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. I was just gonna say, in these countries, they expect the man to be masculine. So like if like if you're a blue pill beta male simp, like don't don't go over there, man. Don't go over there, man. You know what I mean? Because the thing is, like, the woman is going to expect you to be RP aware immediately. You know
No
what I
boo.
mean? Like she's going to expect you to be RP aware. You know what I mean? So like the thing is like if you're not, like, yeah, good
Yeah.
luck. So yeah, it's not like it's not like here where if you are RP aware, oh, you're so misogynistic or whatever the case is. No, like they expect you to lead and they follow.
Mansplaining. That's what they
Oh
call it.
God.
But yeah, let me just a super chat first.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yo, shout out to Black Circle man with the $2 super chat. Oh no, that's euro. So €2 super chat. Where do you meet non-pro Colombian women organically? I'm not gonna lie, and El Poblado, that's one of the things I didn't like. I feel like I had
Yeah,
to go out the city to start meeting them. So
yeah.
you touch on that.
I think you might mean like Parque Yetis area, like the Parque Yetis area. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because that's part of Poblado. That's a section within a section. You know what I mean?
Uh,
Yeah. So yeah, like in the Parque Yetis area, like yeah, you are definitely like it's definitely pro central. It's
mhm,
definitely pro central. You don't want to go there. You know what I mean?
mhm.
But the best way to meet non pro organically, the malls, um, you know, supermarkets, um, those little like small stores or a restaurant. You know what I mean? Like where you can see like this actual female actually has a job. You know what I mean? And so yeah, those are some of the places where you can meet them. Or if you reach out to me and you try to you're going to Medellin, I can actually connect you with people. You know what I mean? Because I people boots on the ground and stuff like that, and make sure that you're all taken care of, and show you areas outside of the tourist area, and you'll still be safe, and they'll be able to introduce you to a quality woman.
Yeah, exactly. I definitely agree. When I went in 2019. I went to a club outside of the area, but it's been so long. I can't remember what it was, but I
Yeah,
know if you go to some of the clubs on the outskirts, if you get like a local Colombian or someone who speaks Spanish
yeah,
that's familiar with the area, just go to there. You'll start meeting a bunch of regular people, like regular people. Like it
yeah,
was a salsa night, and I ended up meeting
mhm,
a girl, some tough joint, and
yeah,
she spoke English too. So like
yeah.
it just depends. And that's why I was on Tinder in 2019, but
Yeah.
apparently it's changed from then.
Well, yeah, I mean that was pre-pandemic. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They weren't desperate then. You know what I mean? Yeah, and also with the salsa music. So that this is another way to meet. This is another way to meet women because if I would recommend taking some salsa lessons. Like even if you're not that good, but the thing is that like and a woman asks you to salsa dance, and if you tell her no, like they will feel offended. You know what I
Mm,
mean? Because salsa is like where like a 70-year-old dude could be dancing with like a nice 20 21 22 year old chick or whatever the case is, or you know what I mean, and it's perfectly fine. So definitely I would say take some salsa lessons because you can definitely meet a lot of beautiful women that way, man. A
yeah.
lot of beautiful women that way. And then the second thing, you talked about a club outside of like the local area. So one club that I recommend is so for me, again, I'm Caribbean, right? So I love dancehall music and hip hop. And so there's this club called Jams. And
Mhm.
and and, and that's how I met the lady who I was rocking out with, for about 3 years. And so, it's mainly locals in there, but you'll definitely meet some quality woman there. You know what I mean? And it's definitely a nice spot. Definitely a
Exactly.
nice spot.
Yeah, you touched on a bunch of good points, and even salsa classes. Like I actually do salsa and bachata classes in
Mhm.
America, and
Oh
there's
wow.
usually, if you get to intermediate level, there's usually tons of hot girls that you could always socialize with. So
Right.
it's gonna benefit you. And when
Right.
you have rhythm, you can dance. It's gonna
Right.
benefit you. And then one thing, I didn't do this when I was in Colombia, but I did this in Brazil. I went to a language exchange. Right? It's
Oh
usually
yeah.
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 It's
Yep.
usually more guys than girls, but if you guys watching my channel, you guys become a higher value. You guys can still always be that top guy. So a language exchange was a way I met girls in Brazil.
Yeah. No, that's yeah. No, that's a and not only that, but that's also a good way to meet locals because like if you're traveling by yourself and you want to be able to and you want to be able to like hey I don't really want to hang out in the tourist area and then just say hey listen like I want to go out I want to go outside the tourist area but I don't know anyone here
Mhm.
and then they'll be more than happy to bring you out with them so you know what I mean and you're good and you're safe man you know what I mean so yeah so the language exchange that's a perfect point that you hit on
Yeah.
also with the salsa so there's certain places that give free salsa lessons like salsa is very excuse me salsa is
Popular.
very popular in Cali, Colombia.
Mhm.
Like at the end of like any nightclub that you go to, like you like they're gonna be playing salsa music. Like doesn't matter if they play, reggaeton, trap, drill music, dance hall, whatever. At the end of the night, they will be playing salsa music. So just prepare yourself. And again, they there's a salsa club called La Topa, and I went there with my brother Andre Love Crossing Borders, and like before the club opens, they have free salsa lessons, so you can actually go there, for free. You know what I mean, and get your practice on. So
Yeah.
definitely do that.
And then you actually touched on another good point earlier. I didn't get to
Mhm.
address it.
Yeah.
Like you said, you went to a hip hop club to and you met the girl you liking with. So a lot of you guys, I've seen my analytics. A lot of you guys are brothers, right? So one thing I will say, if you're a brother and you date outside your race, whenever you go to like when any girls who come to the hip hop spots, the Afro beats, the dancehall, usually love brothers, and those usually are the ones to go after. So that's a quick pro tip. And our gyms also good options. Yo, when I was in Rio, no, when I was in Sao Paulo, I think Sao Paulo, I met this hot chick in the gym. So gyms are always good options. If you're approaching a girl in a gym, you can simply just this is my American thing I do. You can simply ask, "Hey, are you a trainer?" And then start a conversation like that. It's simple.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Gyms are definitely a good option. Um, excuse me. So like if you have like an Airbnb or if you're staying at a hotel and there's a gym there, definitely check out the gym there because likely you know what I mean like you'll meet a female there or if not you know what I mean like there's a lot of gyms around especially in Poblado like I think there's like about three or four maybe yeah
Yeah.
maybe three yeah maybe three or four in Poblado whatever and but yes gyms are definitely a good option.
Yeah, I want to when I was on Brazil, my man used to be like, "Yo, why are you going to the gym while you're traveling? I just try to have fun." I'm like, "Cause I'm getting mad choosing signals in here. That's why I'm going."
Right. Yeah, and the thing is that just circling back on when you mentioned like if a female is going to like a hip hop Afro beats or whatever the case is, yeah, because my ex she Paisa, you know what I mean she was basically white Latina,
Mhm.
and so yeah like the thing is like yeah like they definitely love that you know what I mean so they definitely love that so you're already a step up of the game you know what I mean because like they basically coming there for you know what I mean you just gotta scoop them up that's
Yeah.
all you just gotta scoop them up
Exactly, exactly,
so
exactly.
they love the music they love the vibe you know what I mean so yeah
A-
absolutely man.
All right, and then this is a last question. This last question, I want to know more about you, sir. How many women do you hook up with in Colombia? Colombian girls, if you don't mind. Do you find it easier or close or to close a deal? You oh, look at me in
uh
the background. That's me right there.
yep, yeah, that is you. That is you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the thing is that so you want to know more about me? Well, what I would say is, first thing first is check out my channel, Kings and Dreams, and subscribe, hit the notification bell. But how many ladies am I getting with? So like I have been rocking out with with this woman for about 3 years so I really wasn't hooking up like that you know what I mean but before I got with her like I had like a rotation of maybe like five or six I'm sorry hold on and then the last part is
Oh,
is it difficult shout out to you big boss appreciate you for pulling up. Is it easy to close the deal? It's easier, as I mentioned earlier, because the thing is like the females, the people in general are just friendly. You know what I mean? So like the women are not going to turn you down to emasculate you. You know what I mean? Because this is a country that is built on traditional values where they respect the men. They respect the men as as a leader. You know what I mean? But don't pull up. Don't pull up on her and be like, hey yo, you know what I mean? Like hey Shorty, like
What it
you're
do,
like don't be
baby?
like you're. You know what I mean? Like don't do that. Yeah, like then they're gonna like walk off because like one, they don't know what you're saying, you know what I mean, and two, you know what I mean, like yeah, you coming off being rude, but if you're a gentleman and you pull up on her and you strike a conversation and all that, and you good to go, man, you good to go. Again, even if she's married, boyfriend, or if she's just plain not interested, like she's not gonna be rude to you, you know what I mean. But again, like don't come there being ignorant, you know what I mean. If you give ignorance, you will get ignorance.
Exactly. And then honestly, so I can't really talk too much about Colombia. I wasn't going that many dates, but when I was in Brazil, I was there for a while. So I was going on several different
Mhm.
dates. And each one, like, America, sometimes a girl might make you wait three. I don't do the three, but two,
Right.
three, four dates, right?
Right.
Before you even get anything.
Yeah.
And when I was in Brazil, every single time I went out to dates and then I would get it the same night. And the one thing I will say about Brazil, I'm not gonna lie, it's because the currency is so good. Like you can go to a nice, good rooftop bar, right? And
Hmm.
then it'll be cheap, $20, bro. I'm like 5-star restaurant, twenty
Yep.
dollars. I'm like, shit, I don't
Yeah.
even care. And it's still a good date. So it's like you can go on a date, and then if the girl likes you, you can always ask her back. It's in Brazil, girls will kiss you in 2 seconds of meeting you because that's just their culture.
Yeah. So I will say for me, like the first time I went out with my ex, like, she didn't let me smash, but the second time, yeah, it was good to go, and
Mhm.
we was good from there. You know what I mean? But yeah, like they're definitely like not going to have you wait, like like these women are, these women are direct, and they don't really like to play games with you, you know what I mean. As Prince was saying, like if they like you, like like they have no problem, like making a move, or or giving you the choosing signal to let you know to make a move, you know what I mean. As I mentioned earlier back in the stream, like the woman, if the woman like sees you and she's attracted to you in Colombia, I can't speak for Brazil. And Big Boss is is also a Brazil guy too. You know what I mean? So
Hey,
so
shout
he
out.
could, yeah, he could he could speak to Brazil, but in Colombia, that like if a woman likes you, like they will like stare dead at you, like, and look at you, and it's like seriously, you know what I mean. So yeah, it's easier, and you'll be good to go, man.
Yeah. Honestly, at the end of the day, just keep on working on yourself. But
Yeah.
Kings and Dreams, you got any final words or any last thoughts? Where can they find you?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I just want to say, first of all, man, Prince, I appreciate you for having me on your platform, man. Thank you so much. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Great questions that you guys asked. And shout out to my people, who support me, that came through, and who will definitely watch this video later and subscribe to Prince's O's channel, because he has some good talking points. You know what I mean? And I know some people don't necessarily feel the dating coaches, but man, let me tell you, but this is a bro. I would call Prince a hybrid, because he travels and he does game. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
so he knows both sides of the coin. So you know what I mean. And I definitely have a lot of respect for that, man. But where you can find me, Kings and Dreams. Subscribe to my channel. Definitely contact me on Instagram. I appreciate y'all, and stay purposely purposeful. Thank you so much.
I love all you guys, yo. Make sure to hit the like button and make sure to follow Kings and Dreams, man. Yo, so all right, guys, I'm out. Peace.
Peace.